Storybeans presents Axel's Ocean Dreams. In the shimmering heart of the coral reef, where seaweed swayed like ribbons and colourful fish flitted between coral castles, lived a young axolotl named Axel. Axel wasn't the fastest swimmer or the fiercest fighter. In fact, he was often overlooked. With his feathery pink gills and dreamy eyes, he looked more like a wandering artist than a future leader. But in his heart, Axel dreamed of something greater. "I just know I'm meant to be chief of the reef one day," Axel said one morning, stretching his stubby legs after a long sleep nestled in his shell cave. His best friend, Sophie the sea sponge, giggled softly from her coral perch. "Well, maybe don't nap so much then," she teased gently. "But really, Axel, I believe in you. You've got something special, something deep inside." Axel sighed. "Maybe, but no one else sees it. They just see this." He gestured to his squishy body. "I don't look like a leader." Suddenly, the water around them pulsed with the boom of the reef's gong. The old sea turtle, Grandfather Shelby, drifted down from the rocky ridge. His shell was etched with the swirls of time, and his voice rumbled like distant thunder. "Creatures of the reef," Shelby called, "I am retiring. The time has come to choose a new leader. A great race shall be held across the reef, through the kelp maze, past Sharktooth Ridge, and around the Whirlpool Cavern. The winner shall be named the next chief of the reef." Excited chatter bubbled through the crowd. Barry the barracuda shot forward like a silver dart. "Obviously, I'm going to win," he sneered, flashing his jagged teeth. "A true leader is fast, fierce, and fabulous, like me, not slow and silly, like some axolotls." Axel shrank back as Barry's laughter echoed through the reef. But Sophie swam over and planted herself firmly in front of her friend. "Barry," she said, "being a leader isn't just about speed, it's about heart and honesty." Barry rolled his eyes. "Please, let's see how far heart gets you in a race." On the day of the race, the reef was buzzing. Sea creatures lined the coral towers, waving shell flags and chanting. The competitors gathered at the starting line. Sleek eels, determined dolphins, strong stingrays, and one nervous but hopeful axolotl. Axel gulped. Sophie gave him a soft nudge. "Just be you," she whispered. "That's enough." Grandfather Shelby raised his flipper. "On your marks, get set, go!" They were off. The racers zoomed through the reef like lightning bolts. Barry surged to the front, his body slicing through the water. Axel swam with all his might, his stubby limbs paddling frantically. First came the kelp maze, twisting vines and seaweed tunnels. Axel, small and nimble, darted through the tight spots easily, surprising everyone. Next came Sharktooth Ridge, where jagged rocks jutted from the sand. A dolphin got stuck, but Axel stopped to help her wriggle free. "Thanks," she squeaked before zooming off. Barry, far ahead, smirked as he passed the Whirlpool Cavern. Just before the final stretch, he spotted Axel catching up. "What's he doing here?" Barry muttered. With a sly glance, he kicked a loose underwater boulder from the cliff above. It tumbled through the water and crashed onto Axel's tail, pinning him beneath. Axel cried out. Pain shot through him. The other racers swam past, unaware of what had happened. Barry chuckled and slowed down, already tasting victory. "No one will see I cheated," he said smugly. Axel's out of the race for good. But below the boulder, Axel took a deep breath. I won't give up, he whispered. Not now. With all his strength, he wriggled free, but his tail was gone, crushed under the weight. He drifted for a moment, weak and tired. Then something magical happened. Axel's special axolotl power kicked in. Slowly his tail began to grow back, stronger and sleeker than before. As it formed, energy surged through his body like a tidal wave. He swam forward, first slowly, then faster, faster, faster. His new tail slicing through the water like a fin of fire. At the finish line, Barry waited, floating lazily. Where is everybody? He muttered. No one's even close. But then, like a streak of pink lightning, Axel zoomed into view. What? No! Barry gasped. He darted forward, but it was too late. With a final burst of speed, Axel zipped past him and crossed the finish line just ahead. The reef erupted into cheers. Sea stars spun in celebration. Octopuses tossed confetti made from clamshells. Axel! 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 The crowd cheered. Barry blinked in shock. But how? Grandfather Shelby floated down, eyes twinkling. Congratulations, Axel. You are the new chief of the reef. Axel, panting but smiling, looked at the crowd. Thank you, he said. Not for cheering, but for believing that a leader doesn't have to look a certain way. Sophie swam up and hugged him. I knew you could do it. Barry slunk to the back of the crowd, his pride deflated like a popped pufferfish. He didn't feel so fabulous anymore. Barry, said Shelby, turning to him, perhaps now you understand strength without kindness is no strength at all. Barry nodded slowly. I guess I still have a lot to learn. That night, the reef glittered with bioluminescent lanterns and joyful singing. Axel looked out from his palace window, Sophie beside him. Do you think I'll be a good chief? He asked. The best, Sophie said, beaming. And so, deep in the heart of the reef, where appearances no longer mattered, a young axolotl ruled, not with force, but with fairness, friendship, and the kind of courage you can't see on the outside. Thank you for watching Story Beans. See you next time.